Rolling.
Joy and awareness. I really wanted to do a video about specifically awareness and how that kind of intersects with joy and how important it is to be joyful. And I keep talking about in my other videos, like, be aware of this, like pull back and make sure you're aware. But I think like awareness is not necessarily an easy skill to have. So how do we become more aware so that more joy comes into our life? That's what we're going to be talking about. So I want you to be aware right now of your thumbs. And I want you to put those thumbs up and hit the like button. Gotcha, didn't I? And you know what you can be aware of too? There's a comment section down below. I don't know if you've noticed it before. So comment and actually like ask me questions. I love questions or give me ideas for other future videos. Being mindful, like being in our bodies is really important. So it's a subject I teach about a lot. The more aware we are in our lives of like what brings us joy, the more we can put those things into our lives. But if we're not aware of the things that we desire, the things that make us happy, like how can we bring those into our lives? And if we're not aware of the negativity that we're putting out and therefore is going to come back in, then how do we change that? The roots of joy start in awareness. So how do we do that? I can't just say like be more aware and you're like, okay, like what does that mean? So there's lots of different tips and tricks that you can do that kind of put yourself in your body and more aware of like what you're feeling, what's going on with you, and also what's going on in the world around you. So one of the things, and I know everybody talks about this, like just breathe, but you know, obviously we're breathing all the time, but we don't even notice that. So like just taking breaks throughout your day, stopping, even putting your hand on your diaphragm down here, feeling your body, really feeling your body, and breathing in and out slowly just kind of settles yourself back in your body, makes you more aware of your body. A lot of times I do tips and tricks too, like if I'm driving, like at a stop sign or a red light, anytime I hit a red light, instead of like, it's a red light, I take that opportunity to like breathe. Like this is my few moments of breathing and putting myself back in my body. Another way to put yourself back in your body too is like feeling the chair underneath you, feeling the clothes on your body, feeling the hair on your face. These sensations are always happening nonstop, but because we're go, 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 like smartly, our bodies are smart, but like we kind of filter all of those sensations out, but almost to a fault. So then we like are not aware of what's going on in our bodies at all. So, and they actually say this, there's like a thing about like when you're sick, like you feel a lot sicker at night. It isn't because you are sicker at night, it's because you are not feeling a lot of those sensations that are actually happening until you get to your bed and there's no other distractions. So what I take from that is that we are so not aware of what's going on in our bodies. So finding moments throughout the day to put ourselves back in our bodies. So sometimes like if I have a watch, like setting or your phone, you can set a timer like every hour. And when the timer goes off, you just like, you just take a couple of breaths and you put yourself back in your body. So it's just like a little reminder throughout the day. Another way that I like to do is like when I'm eating, like a grateful thank you right before we eat. Prayer, if you're religious, that's like a way to ground yourself. One is it just calms me down before I'm about to put food in my mouth, and it just like settles me so that I can enjoy my food, that I'm mindful of the stuff that I'm eating. Like if you've noticed throughout the day, like sometimes you're just like shoveling food in your mouth so you can get to the other thing and you don't even taste the food that's going into your body and nourishing your body. So becoming aware, having these moments throughout the day, again, that infuses you with joy. Like maybe you just ate something really yummy and you didn't even taste it. So allowing yourself a few more moments and putting yourself in your body and allowing your body to taste the yummy food, one, that trains you on awareness, but two, brings in more moments of joy. So moments throughout the day where you try and put yourself in your body, especially, eating times. So there's just times you can carve out throughout the day that's gonna help. A lot of people like to meditate in the morning or at night. 5 minutes can help, but like for me now what I have to do is 30 minutes because I have quite a day to tackle. And for me to like put myself in the right place, meditating really helps. So meditation really is about being mindful of your body and putting yourself back in your body and really being aware of your breath, but it's a really good way to train yourself to be in your body. So some people love to meditate. That's one way that trains awareness. Yoga is another way, especially there's specific types of yoga, but yoga is really about body awareness and breath awareness. So that really trains you. So anything that gets you to focus on what is your body feeling right now. And then there's an exercise that I love to do with my actors called the I feel exercise. That's all about like not just sensations and bodies. So I start there, like I just say, I feel, and then I check in with my body, and I start with physical sensations. Those are easier, like my stomach is a little tight right now. And then I do it again. I feel my mouth is a little dry right now. And I kind of do a few of those. And then I go into I feel, and I check in with myself and I figure out an emotion that I'm feeling. And sometimes what happens is like an emotion will come to you. Like, let's see. I feel a little anxious. That's like a whisper is coming up. I was gonna also say I feel joyful, but then I didn't want you to think I was cheating. So I was like, what else do I feel? So I do, I really enjoy doing these videos. So like that did come up, but I went underneath it and there's a little anxiety there. So I felt that. Again, there's no judgment on any emotions. There's nothing wrong with emotions. What we do with them sometimes, but there's no judgment on them. What happens with this exercise, especially if you're not aware of your emotions all that often, is you'll say, I feel nothing. Like you'll go down there and you'll be like, I'm fine. So the thing that I don't like, the thing that kills awareness is I'm okay, I'm fine. Because that's like, there's no specificity in that. That doesn't really mean anything. So if that's what's coming up, then dig deeper and just sit with yourself and see if you can get a whisper of what you're feeling. The more you do this exercise, the more you're like really gonna be able to name emotions. Why is this important? One, the more awareness you bring to your body, the more control and power you have over your life, which brings joy. It also prevents you from like, you know, sometimes we just blow up, like something happens and we think we're fine and then one little thing happens and we freak out, right? I know that I've done that. Like we freak out. Well, it wasn't just that one thing. Things were building and inside it was building. And if we're not aware of the build, that's when we freak out. And that's when our behaviors, we say things we don't like it just, there's so much work and repair that we have to do for that. If we were aware of the emotions that we're building up, that's when we can shift them, that's when we can change them, but we can't do that without awareness. So that's just one other way that can kind of put you in your body. So another way that a lot of people kind of step back and become aware of their thoughts, their feelings, what's going on in their lives, they do journaling. And the thing I love about journaling is you can do it in so many different ways that like fit you and work for you. So there's something called artist pages and you can check out that video. It goes very specifically into how to do that. That's a great way. One of the ways I like to journal that I just recently found out, Gina DeVee, fabulous woman, had me do this exercise and I really like it. So what you do, it's like 3 pages, and the first page is like stream of consciousness, which is really like artist pages. You can look that up, stream of consciousness. Second page is all about things you're grateful for. Again, you need awareness to know what you're grateful for. Like, I feel like you need awareness for everything. Like, this really is the roots to having and leading the life that you want, that you deserve. So a page of things that you're grateful for. And the more you do that, the more awareness you'll have of other things you're grateful for. But a page of that. And then the final page is dreams. Dreams, desires, things that you wish were going on in your life. Like, Like things that we used to dream about when we were kids, and then we stopped dreaming because everyone's like, get your head out of the clouds, stop dreaming, be whatever, blah, 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 whatever. I'm a big dreamer. So what that does is it's awareness of like what's going on in your brain, that stream of consciousness, what's really going on in your life that's working, that's going really well, and then what are those whispers that you really want that might make you happy? What are those whispers, and getting those out on paper? Because how can you lead a joyful life or go after things you want if you don't know what you want? You know, if you kind of lost your voice or lost who you are, we need to find you. We need to figure out that stuff. And so journaling is a great way to kind of discover that and put awareness on some of those things. Another way that I like to think about awareness is from Stella Adler. So she was sort of a master acting teacher. She has this seeing exercise that I think is fabulous. But underneath it all, it just really is about noticing and taking in the details of the environment and everything around us and how important that is. And how often we don't do that. Like there's a fabulous, like look this up, about the gorilla exercise that they did. This was an experiment a long time ago. They had people focus on something specific in this scene that they saw. Behind the scene, someone dressed as a gorilla runs by. A large percentage of people did not see the gorilla that ran by, because they were hyper-focused on something else. So they were really not aware of what was happening in their environment. So Stella Adler is really big about training our eyes, all of our senses, to really be aware with food, like being aware of what it looks like and what it tastes like, and the presentation and like everything about it. So that brings us more joy because we're in the moment enjoying it, but it trains us to be aware. Training our eyes to really see everybody and everything around you. I don't know how many times like I've met people and then they walk away and I'm like, what color eyes did they have? So I don't know where I was, but I was not right there being aware of that person. So really training ourselves to be with people, to see them, to see what's going on with them, and then to see the environment. So she has all these great fun exercise, like go to a restaurant and then really like look at the tables and the waiters and the things you can hear like in the kitchen. So really putting all of these skills to use so you can really live in the moment. Most of the time, if we're bored or we're waiting, we're on our phones and we are not paying attention to anything real. Like, isn't that weird? We're in this place and there's real people and real things happening, and we're on Instagram paying attention to things that are not there, that are not real. So Stella Adler has no idea about cell phones. She would roll around in her grave. So putting down the phone a little bit more often so we can like look up and be aware of our environment and our surroundings. One, we're gonna enjoy life more. It slows life down. Life doesn't go past us. We're not gonna have like all the envy and all the stuff that comes up from social media. That goes away, and we're like in the moment paying attention. And again, that feeds into our awareness skill. And just the more different ways we can pull in and practice awareness, that's when you're going to start noticing the words that come out of your mouth, the negativity that might be in your head, the feelings that you're having. And all of this awareness is really important because that's when you can then shift it. That's when you get your power back. When you are aware, you have the power to change your life. But it starts with awareness. So check out some of our other videos and subscribe if you haven't done so, because we're going to put out a lot more videos like this, and it's really important for Magic Mice. We really want people to be joyful and living the life that you deserve, and we want to give you any skills that will help you get there.